Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Empower Me by Masuda, and this episode is about valuing yourself. How do you value yourself? We're gonna learn that today. Okay, so valuing yourself is not just about saying, oh, I know who I am, I understand my strengths, my weaknesses. Valuing yourself is when we remove our personal identity to physical experiences and objects. And I mean this by a job. We place our value in a job. So if I am a teacher, that's where my value is. I identify as a teacher, and if I'm not a teacher, or if I'm not a lawyer, if I'm not a doctor, or if I'm not a businessman or businesswoman, then maybe I don't have much value, or I don't have value. So for example, if you lose that same job, you may not feel as valuable as if you had the job. And this is what I mean by placing our value in physical objects or physical experiences. And sometimes when we do that, we take away from who we actually are. Because when you put your value in a job, let us say my value system is I'm a counselor, so that's where I'm going to put my value. And I lost my qualifications, or my licenseship, if we had that in Trinidad, is taken away. Then who am I? What defines me? How do I move forward without this identifier as having this type of profession? And sometimes we do that, and when our value system is taken away from us, or the thing that we identify with is taken away from us, sometimes we lose focus, we get depressed, we may get anxiety, we may feel as though we don't fit in certain crowds or spaces. Now, I want to share with you a little experience I had with valuing yourself. And I remember when I just came out of university, and you now come out of university, you don't have a job, right? Because you now start off in your profession. And I was questioned by certain people who had their jobs while they were going to school. And they said, what are you doing? You finished school, what are you doing? And I would say, I am not doing anything actually, and I would feel so less than, and I feel like as though they are clearly better than me because they are working and their degrees are being utilized and my degree is not being utilized. And I did feel a sense of devaluing. I felt as though they were in a better position than me because I didn't have a job. And we tend to do that. We tend to sometimes compare ourselves to other people who may have the things that we want, and we place a value on them, and we say that they are more important than us, or they are more special than us. And this, when I actually got a job, I recognized that, this is just a job. I love what I do. I love my colleagues and everyone, but it's a job, and it doesn't define who I am as an individual. As a matter of fact, I need to know who I am in order to bring to be an asset to the job. And even if I lost this job, I'm still Masuda. I'm still special, I'm still valuable, right? But sometimes when we put our emphasis on like a job, this was an example, the job was an example, but we do this in marriages sometimes. We place our value in a marriage, and we feel as though if we don't stick up with this relationship or this marriage, then we are not as valuable. Some persons might see value in where they live. If you don't live in this particular area, you are not as valuable as other people who live in a more classier area or a better area. Sometimes we place values in friendships and groups and organizations. And I want to tell you that that's a dangerous way of living. And this is why sometimes when you are breaking out and actually being who you want to be, it is important for you to know that placing value in other things, in objects, in people, in situations, in organizations is very dangerous, because it allows us to lose focus of who we are. Whether you have a job, a husband, a family, anything at all, these things don't define who you are. You are not defined by your job. You're not defined by your marriage. You're not defined by any outside circumstances or outside objects. Alright? You are defined by who you are as an individual. And whether you have a job, a career, or whatever, it doesn't take away from who you are. And I want you to understand that, being unemployed don't make you less valuable than somebody who's employed. Being single don't make you less valuable than somebody who is in a relationship. And I want us to stop taking away from who we are and placing values in social systems, in all these physical things that is outside of us. And please find that value inside of you. And know that regardless of where you are in life, you are valuable. How do you even begin to start to understand this? Is by knowing who you are. You start to know who you are by asking yourself the most difficult questions. Who am I? Not my name, not where I'm from, not who my parents are, not who my siblings are, but who am I? What is the things that I like? What am I passionate about? What is the dreams that I have been having that I doubt myself that I could actually reach to these potentials? I've been dreaming about being a seamstress. I've been dreaming about being a pilot, a carpenter. I've been dreaming about being a motivational speaker. How can I get to those levels? Is it even possible for me? What do I need to tap into? The person that you are today is one little speck of who you can actually become. And I need you to start taking away, I want you to start separating yourself from these things that you place value in and start valuing who you are and understanding that you are far greater than a job. You're far greater than a marriage that you don't like or you're unhappy in or you're frustrated in. You are far greater than a group of friends who you feel you need to be accepted by. You are such a great, powerful person that you stand firm in yourself. You stand firm in who you are. And I want you to put every single inch of value you have placed on other things on you. So, I want you to value you.